Did you know that the first pens were made from bird feathers? Yes, you heard that right. The earliest pens, known as quill pens, were quite literally the feathers of large birds. These pens were not just plucked and used as is. Oh no. The feather was first hardened by heat, then carefully cut at an angle to form the writing tip. Now let's rewind a bit further back in time, to the cradle of civilization. Long before quill pens were even a thought, the ancient Egyptians were etching their hieroglyphs with reed pens. These pens, crafted from thin, sharp reeds, were dipped into homemade ink to transfer words onto papyrus. The reeds, being natural and readily available, were perfect for the task. However, they had one major drawback. They wore out quickly and had to be replaced often. This need for constant replacement led to the creation of the quill pen. Bird feathers, especially those from geese and swans, were found to be more durable than reeds. The hollow shaft of the feather also acted as a reservoir, holding a small amount of ink and allowing for smoother, uninterrupted writing. But even these quill pens had their shortcomings. The ink had to be replenished frequently, and the tips needed to be sharpened regularly. Ink, too, was a product of ingenuity and resourcefulness. Early ink was made from a variety of sources, including plant extracts, soot, and even ground minerals. The process of making ink was laborious and time-consuming, but it was a necessary part of writing in those times. So, the next time you're frustrated with your biro running out, just imagine having to find a bird feather and make your own ink. It puts things into perspective, doesn't it? The humble pen, an everyday object that we often take for granted, has a rich and fascinating history stretching back thousands of years. And that's just the beginning. Stay tuned for more intriguing facts about the evolution of the pen. Now let's jump forward a few centuries to the 10th century, when the fountain pen was invented. A time when the world was still in the early stages of discovering its innovative potential, and one of those innovations was the fountain pen. In the heart of Egypt, the Fatimid Caliph Ma'd al-Mu'izz was accustomed to the challenges of using the quill pen, a tool that was far from ideal for a man of his stature. He demanded an instrument that would not only enhance his writing experience but also mirror his high rank. Thus, he commissioned the creation of a pen that could hold ink within its structure, a feature that was unheard of at the time. This was the birth of the fountain pen, a writing tool that would revolutionize the way we put ink to paper for centuries to come. Now, imagine the sheer genius required to make this leap forward. It was not a simple task of hollowing out a quill. The design needed to be such that the ink would not flow out all at once, but rather, it would be released in a controlled manner onto the writing surface. This required a deep understanding of fluid dynamics and capillary action, knowledge that was quite advanced for the time. The invention of the fountain pen was a game changer. It meant that writers no longer had to continuously dip their pens into ink pots. They could now write for longer periods, uninterrupted. This new tool was not just a convenience, it was a symbol of progress, a testament to the innovative spirit of the human mind. It was a tool that matched the grandeur of a caliph, and over time, it would find its place in the hands of writers, scholars, and artists around the world. The fountain pen was more than just an instrument. It was a piece of history, a symbol of evolution in the world of writing tools. It represented a shift from the rudimentary to the refined, from the basic to the sophisticated. Imagine the excitement of writing without needing to constantly dip your pen in ink. This was the reality introduced by the invention of the fountain pen, an invention that continues to make a mark in the annals of writing history. Fast forward to the 20th century, and we see another game-changing invention, the ballpoint pen. In the bustling streets of Budapest, Hungary in the year 1938, a journalist by the name of Laszlo Biro noticed the swift-drying nature of newspaper ink. He was intrigued by how quickly it dried compared to the ink used in fountain pens. This led him to think, what if he could create a writing instrument that used the same fast-drying ink? Biro, with the help of his brother Georgi, a chemist, embarked on a journey to revolutionize the world of writing. They designed a pen that contained a tiny ball bearing in its tip. This ball would rotate as the pen moved across the paper. drawing ink from a reservoir and depositing it on the page. The ink was viscous enough to be drawn by gravity, but not so fluid that it would leak or blot. The design was ingenious. Not only did the ballpoint pen not require constant refilling like its fountain pen predecessors, but it could also write on a variety of surfaces, including leather and fabric. This was a significant breakthrough because it allowed for greater versatility and convenience in writing. The brothers patented their invention in June of 1938. It was an instant success, and it wasn't long before the ballpoint pen began to replace the traditional fountain pen in popularity. The Biro pen, as it was called, was first mass-produced by the British company Biro Pens of Argentina during World War II, and was used widely by the Royal Air Force because it worked well at high altitudes. From there, the ballpoint pen continued to evolve, with improvements in design and function. It became more than just a writing tool. It was a symbol of progress, a testament to human ingenuity. With the invention of the ballpoint pen, writing became even more accessible and convenient. It's hard to imagine a world without this simple yet ingenious device. In fact, there's a good chance you have one within arm's reach right now. Today we have pens that are more than just writing tools. They have evolved into versatile gadgets, offering features that would amaze the ancient scribes who first put ink to parchment. These are the modern marvels of the stationery world. Consider the humble ballpoint pen. It's not so humble anymore. The modern versions can come with built-in flashlights, perfect for those late-night inspirations, or when you're rummaging in your bag for your keys. Others have integrated laser pointers, transforming a simple writing tool into an essential piece of kit for presentations or amusing your cat. But it's not just about adding gadgetry. Pens today are designed to function in conditions that would have been unthinkable in the past. There are pens that can write in zero gravity, developed specifically for astronauts to use in space. Imagine that, a pen that can write upside down, sideways, any which way, without gravity's help. Then there are pens that work underwater or in extreme temperatures. So whether you're a deep-sea diver jotting down observations on a waterproof notepad or an explorer making notes in the freezing cold, there's a pen for that. Modern pens aren't just functional though. They are also objects of beauty and status. The materials used to create these pens range from the everyday to the extraordinary. Plastic and metal are common, but how about a pen made from precious metals or adorned with gemstones? These aren't just writing tools, they're works of art, designed to be admired as much as used. And let's not forget about the eco-conscious pens, made from recycled materials or designed to be refillable to minimize waste. These pens remind us that even the smallest changes can have a significant impact on our planet. Pens have come a long way from bird feathers and reeds, haven't they? From simple tools to write, pens have become symbols of innovation, design, and environmental consciousness. They are indeed modern marvels, reflecting our ever-evolving world. So let's recap some of the most intriguing facts about pens. Our journey began with the humble origins of pens, where we discovered that the first pens were made from bird feathers, specifically from the wing feathers of geese and swans. These quill pens were the primary writing tool in the Western world from the 6th to the 19th century. Quite a long time, isn't it? Then we moved forward in time to the invention of the fountain pen. The fountain pen, a marvel of its time, was patented in the early 19th century by Romanian inventor Petrache Poenaru. This pen was designed to carry its own ink supply, eliminating the need for constant dipping. It's interesting to note that the patent was granted because the pen was able to go on for a whopping 10 pages of writing without needing a refill. Quite a feat, wouldn't you say? Next, we delved into the birth of the ballpoint pen. The ballpoint pen, an invention that revolutionized the way we write, was created by Laszlo Biro, a journalist from Hungary. Biro noticed that the ink used in newspaper printing dried quickly, leaving the paper smudge-free. He decided to create a pen using the same type of ink. The result was the first commercial ballpoint pen, patented in the mid-20th century. We then explored the modern marvels of pen technology, from pens that can write in zero gravity to those that can write underwater, and even pens with inbuilt scanners and digital capabilities. It's truly amazing to see how far we've come from simply dipping a bird's feather in ink. As we wrap up our journey through the world of pens, we can't help but marvel at the evolution of this simple yet essential tool. From feathered quills to high-tech digital pens, the journey of the pen is a testament to human innovation and creativity. Whether you're a stationery enthusiast or just someone who uses a pen to jot down a grocery list, it's hard to deny the fascinating journey of this simple yet essential tool.